Annyeonghaseyo, I'm Errol Aligan and I'm representing Korea. First, let's converse about the Korean culture. South Korea is one of the most homogeneous countries in the world, in which it has its unique character, culture, cloth, food, and customs that are different from other Asian countries. Diligent and hard work, filial piety, and humbleness are characteristics respected by Koreans. South Koreans are very proud people in which they pride themselves in their traditional culture and their financial success. South Koreans have certain etiquettes and manners that are highly esteemed in their culture. Like Japan and China, the bow is the main custom of greeting someone. It is not only a form of greeting, but it is also a sign of respect that an individual is showing to the other. Move on to their national costume. The man's hanbok, it consists of jurjugi, which is also known as a jacket, and baggy pants that are called baji. Also, there are additional clothing, which is the outer coat or robe, also known as jokji, which is a type of vest, and magoja or magoha, which is an outer jacket worn over joguri for warmth and style. And for a short description with the hanbok that we made, the inner clothing is made by one of our classmates' used tablecloth, while the other clothing is made by used curtains. As you can see, we added some flowers that is made by old magazines to make it colorful and pleasing in the eyes. On the other hand, the materials that we use to create the gat, which is also known as Korean traditional hat, is an old illustration board together with the yarn as the legs of the hat. Now let's talk about men's roles in South Korea in 918 AD to 1392 AD. Confucianism was introduced. Men had multiple wives, wedding is paid by bride, and all men were subjected to military. 1392, 1897, there's ancestral rights by men. Strict patriarchal system was created and only men can become government officials. In present day, men's roles are men serving in the military for 2 years, by law. When a South Korean man turns 18 years old, he is enlisted for the first citizen service, meaning he is liable for military duty but is not yet required to serve. When he turns 19 years old, or in some instances 20 years old, he is required to undergo an impairment and disability evaluation to determine whether he is suitable for military service. And by the time they turn 28, men must enlist. Next is men take care of the children. Not all husbands help with their housewives with household duties. Men tend to choose public life, since K-pop was created, and arranged marriages still exist. Let's deepen our knowledge about the culture of South Korea. The contemporary culture of South Korea developed from the traditional culture of Korea, which was prevalent in the early Korean nomadic vibes, by maintaining thousands of years of ancient Korean culture with significant influences from ancient Chinese culture. South Korea split on its own path of cultural development away from North Korean culture since the division of Korea in 1945. The industrialization and urbanization of South Korea, especially Seoul, have brought many changes to the way Korean people live. Changing economics and lifestyle have led to urbanization and a concentration of population in major cities. Many cultural elements from South Korea, especially popular culture, have also gained popularity outside of the country, especially after the end of military dictatorship in the early 1990s. The foreign influences to South Korea has for almost been a millennium significant influence by China, as well as by various neighboring Asian countries to a lesser extent. In recent years, there has been some influence by the Western world, mostly in food. Many people now also eat Western and other Asian foods in addition to the traditional Korean food. Pizza is one of the favorite foreign foods among South Koreans, though it tends to differ from the pizza we served here in West with an Asian tinge, often featuring corn, sweet potato, mayonnaise, bulgogi, and various other ingredients. Korea has many esports athletes. As perceptions of games have changed, the Korean game market has grown in size and popularized. Korean companies are expected to spur in the mobile esports industry, or M-sports, and the Korean popular culture is the Korean wave or Hallyu popularity. And the Korean popular culture is the Korean wave or Hallyu. It refers to the global popularity of South Koreans' cultural economy exporting pop culture, to entertainment, music, TV dramas, and movies. So what are you waiting for? Let's take a glimpse into the heart of Korea and may our adventures bring us closer together, even as they take us away from home.